Exclusive with his outlook on the jobs number and the economy for the second half and beyond is Nassim Taleb. He's a principal of Universa Investments and author of the book that you may know by now, The Black Swan. It's good to see you. Welcome back. And happy 4th of July in advance. Just in advance of the 8:30 number on jobs, you say it'll be inconclusive. What do you mean by that?
Well, I have two things to say. The first one is before I was in the green room, I looked at the list, I looked at the forecast, I looked at the list of the people forecasting, what number we're going to get at 8:30. And this list did not have anyone who saw the crisis coming. So how can you trust the forecast? That's the first one. The second one, when you look at a number that almost doubled in a year, unemployment has doubled. I mean, plus is like 90%, but they compute it, just the error in computation, we make it almost double. In a year, you cannot take any monthly number, right? Seriously. The number is very volatile.
Right.
So what you're observing is volatility more than anything else.
Sure.
Okay, so the difference between 200,000 and 600,000 is close to zero.
But we're also looking at a trend, yes?
Even then, the trend, you don't be fooled by complex systems. You can have a positive number even, okay, without it mean anything. The system is very fragile. We're talking about something that's deleveraging. The system is very fragile. You may have what they call green shoots, whatever they want to call them. You may have a temporary relief, but you're still in a world that is breaking, okay, and that world should break, okay. We're going to break. It's going to go, and instead of the government, okay. What I mean breaking is you have a system that's very fragile, okay, and whatever is fragile and complex system breaks. In other words, if you look at nature breaks anything that's too big, all right, not to create interdependencies, just so you reach equilibrium. So anything that's fragile eventually will crash. And the system is very fragile. It is crashing. We're in the middle of a crash. So if I'm going to forecast something, I know it's going to get worse, not better. And when things start breaking, as you can see they break much harder than than they build themselves. So we're going to go to an equilibrium. You're going to have much less leverage in the system and things like that. So the system is the leverage. Instead of the government, okay, making the transition, okay, making the smooth transition by lowering the level of debt, because really the monkey on our back is the debt. Okay, we have a huge amount of debt. Instead of the government doing that, now they're trying to look at stimulus plans and things that may inflate assets, and that may run out of control. So instead of deflating debt, they're thinking of inflating assets, and actually they don't even know what they're doing because they're doing a lot of contradictory things. So this is why what makes me very pessimistic is not to see any leadership or any awareness on the part of government of what needs to be done, which is to deleverage by, I don't know, somewhere between $40 and $70 trillion worldwide.
Right. Kevin, your thoughts?
Heavy stuff. I would say this, my question would be, how is hyperinflation? You guys are oriented towards another large event type, as you say, a negative event. Yes. Is hyperinflation a successful outcome of what they're trying to do, or is it an inevitable consequence of what they're doing?
No, our statement is the error. My specialty is human error, not monetary policy. When we look at monetary policy papers and looked at the studies in monetary policy, we just realized that these people don't know what's going on because they don't have control over their error rate. Okay, so so you can inject money and it may do nothing for a long time. And hyperinflation is a mechanism that's very vicious because all you need is for people to think they're going to be inflation and start hoarding. So it's a perceptual mechanism. Okay? And the tips won't save you from that. If you have tips pay you nominal inflation.